fashion, to me, one of the roles of fashion is to provoke, and is to confront, and is to react against the status quo. And I feel as if the greatest legacy of punk is the idea of do-it-yourself. What I wanted to do was look at the different sort of manifestations of the DIY aesthetic in high fashion. And I broke them down to hardware, which is in a way the more formalistic co-option of punk, which is the safety pins and the studs and the zippers, the more obvious adoption in a way of the language. And then the next one was bricolage, which was this idea of incorporating found objects, especially found objects from either consumer culture or trash culture into your clothes. And then we have another one called graffiti and agitprop, which has a very sort of formalistic adoption of punk through the idea of graffiti and slogans, and how that's become very much a vehicle for political commentary. And then the last section is destroy, which looks at the punk practice of ripping and tearing your clothes. Initially, I think the wearing of safety pins, it was often talked about as being at least a symbol of poverty. You couldn't afford to buy new clothes, so they'd had rips and tears, and you'd actually use safety pins. But I think eventually it became very much an aesthetic. There's an extraordinary potency to those images you see of punks in the 70s, and an integrity actually, and an authenticity to them, which I think continues to engage people now.